You know, Cars 2 doesn't come out till tomorrow, but it's already driving some conservatives to complain.
They're not only racing across the world.
Wish me luck.
You go get him, buddy.
Welcome to the inaugural running of the World Grand Prix.
They're racing to save the world.
It's exactly that saving the world bit that's got some conservatives crying foul. They don't like the director's comments in the Wall Street Journal. He described thinking about, quote, a spy movie in the world where cars are alive. What would we be a really good kind of uber bad guy? I kept going to big oil. You could have big oil versus alternative fuel. Wall Street Journal editor Christopher John Farley joins me in the studio. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So there's a political tinge to what should be just a kid's movie.
Well, that's what some people are saying. You know, John Lasseter, the director of this film, told us flat out they were looking for a villain, and big oil seemed to fit the bill. They wanted to have a villain that spoke to the whole dilemma, the whole controversy between alternative fuel and regular fuel, and they wanted to make this part of the plot. I mean, the plot is these cars are racing around the world, and they're using this super alternative fuel, and later, and I'm going to give you a spoiler here, it turns out the alternative fuel is not quite what people expect, and big oil is somehow behind this fraud.
You know, it's amazing because, you know, my 7-year-old daughter wants to see this movie tomorrow, and all she really cares about is about the truck with the buck teeth. You know, it's like,
Mater, that's right.
Why do we bring in these issues when these movies can be made with just goodness at heart and you know, kind of crazy action scenes?
Well, certainly Pixar doesn't want people to focus in on this issue.
It can't be good for publicity right before it, you know, it hits the theaters.
Well, these movies are big blockbusters, not just in theaters, but also in stores. I mean, Toy Story 3 brought in more than $2.8 billion worth of merchandising money. They expect this movie, Cars 2, to bring in even more because Cars 1 was a huge merchandising champ. So they don't want people talking about big oil. They want people talking about big Christmas presents.
And there were some, you know, kind of issues in some of the other movies. For example, Toy Story 3 had recycling as a big issue, right? I mean, there have been these issues brought into movies
WALL-E also brought in environmental issues. That was one of the sub-themes. The whole world became this big trash pile. So Pixar definitely does bring in the world into the movies. The question is, some people have said maybe they went too far with this one.
Christopher John, here's a really tough, hard-hitting question. Are you going to see the movie tomorrow?
Of course I'm going to see it. I'm going to bring my kids. I've seen every Pixar movie they've made. So yeah. I'm going to see it, and I'm sure my kids will enjoy it, probably.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Thank you
for being with us.